Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 39. My name is Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Joel Mitchell, and he's back. He's back a little bit sooner than we would have thought originally, but or hoped. But yeah, Marcus Raptopoulos, welcome back, mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me back.
It's a pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure. Now,
Always fun.
You've got Joel to blame for this one, mate, because I got a phone call earlier this week being like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Marcus is coming on this week," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, no worries."
I found out about it like 5 minutes before I called you.
Oh, so Marcus is
It was an idea.
This is his problem.
It was an idea.
This is
Okay,
his problem.
thrown under
So,
the bus.
all right.
Okay. No.
We'll get what's going to happen, Marcus, now is we'll contact our lawyers and we'll sign over the deeds to the podcast and it'll be yours from now on, seeing as that
Remy?
you're calling the shots.
I'm no longer a
Remy,
stakeholder
here we
in
go.
this. It's now him.
Yeah.
There we go.
But no, thank you, Marcus, for coming back in. Like, we're not joking. It was actually your idea. You had a couple of
It
things
was.
you wanted to get off your chest and sort of bring to the table.
I've just seen something that's definitely going to get me. I'm going to lose it.
Why are you going to lose it? Relax. Relax.
All right, we'll get into that later. I've seen something.
I'm
No.
concerned.
I'm seeing something. Joel's
I
going
don't-
to lose it
I
too.
don't, I don't even know what he's going on about either.
I'm so
No,
concerned.
this is a respectful space. We're all friends here, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, this fucking
Oh,
bloke.
God.
Okay. All right, well,
Just be careful about what you bring up. I have to give you that,
you got to be wise with your words.
Legal reasons.
for legal reasons. You're correct.
I'm going to make you sign some weird shit.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's get to it.
All right, well, it's already off the rails. Let's dive
It's
into
already
it.
gone.
Let's-
It's already gone. Recent rounds. We'll get to you guys in a second
Yeah, go
because
for it.
you've been away.
Yep.
But for me, my most recent round was on Sunday. I played Saturday and Sunday this week. I had 33 points playing off 7. Just slapped it about for a little bit. Was consistent. Top and bottom of the bag again, really, really good. Still trying to figure out these irons. Nothing really all that special.
Is it distances or is it just a new feeling? with
New
them?
feeling.
Okay.
And it's also trying to, and I messaged you during the round on Saturday or Sunday, being like, we need a lesson. We need to get together.
Oh,
and
was
have
that during the round? Was
That
it?
was 4 holes in.
okay.
That was 4 holes in. And I feel like I've just got to peel back some of the band-aids that I recently put on the swing to make the old stuff work.
Yeah.
Still trying to iron out some kinks, but
Just a little tidy up. Like even that time we spent with Michael as well. I think it was last week. Was it last week?
last week or the week before.
It was like last week or something like that. I did notice a few things that we might need to just tidy up
Yeah,
quickly. It's
but
just
that's
a
all it
little
needs.
tidy up.
That's all it needs. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. I feel like it's that close. I feel like it's just a hair away.
Yeah.
And if we can sort of patch over these little rough spots.
if you're having a bad striking day and you're still shooting 33 points, you're not far off. Honestly,
well, still shot 80, so
it's fine.
I'm pretty happy with that.
honestly
So
fine.
that might have even been Saturday, but no, it was a good weekend for me. You boys, however, your most recent round, Joel, was yesterday.
Mine was yesterday, which was Monday. I played a Pro-Am up at Wagga Wagga. Or a good little country deck. It's not overly long, but tree lined, always in good condition, and it's good fun. I had 2 under par 70, and it was a really weird sort of ball striking day. I felt like when I was standing over the ball, I'm like, oh yeah, it feels like I know what I'm doing. The second I took the club back, I had no idea.
Yeah, right.
It was a really weird comfort thing.
Okay.
So we just got back from Sydney, which we'll branch on in a sec, but I sort of lost a little bit of swing thought. I sort of fell into a couple bad habits trying to steer it around a little bit and trying to put, once again, a Band-Aid on it, I guess. But yeah, it sort of just made a score somehow. Like,
Yeah, okay.
The good stuff was good, but I even walked off the golf course and my old man caddied for me and he goes, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, right.
Like, it was there was a lot of weird shit going on that wasn't even fucking close.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And sort of made up for it somehow. So I'll take it. The winner only had 4. So for how poorly I felt,
Well, you were 2 under with tied for 8th, I think.
and yeah, it was like top 8. Like there was another 6 players that had 3 under, and there was
Yeah.
another 4 that had 2 under. So it wasn't playing overly easy, but it definitely wasn't difficult for some.
Yeah.
So
Spent a bit of time this afternoon.
yeah, we
sorting that out.
did a little bit of tidy up. So Raptor's got, at the moment, he's doing a bit of stat work with me. So we'll go through our rounds and it shows what isn't going well and what is. And
Yep.
then we do a little tidy up. So that's what we did to Savo. And it sort of already showed a little bit of sign, just going, oh, fucking no shit.
Yeah.
Like little swing thoughts that I might have just lost or forgotten or
that's
chucked
perfect.
a Band-Aid on. So it's good. And I've got Nationals next week. Winner of that plays in the Oz PGA. So that's my motivation.
Of course.
So yeah, going to do a fair bit of work this week in just prepping everything, making sure everything's
That's
fine tuned. So Yep, that's me.
Beautiful. Marcus?
Awesome. Most recent round was at the coast on our New South Wales golf trip. So big shout out to Dave McCulley for taking us up there for the 3 days
Legend.
and getting us onto some fantastic courses.
And for starters, shout out to Brad Burdenbach, is his
Yeah,
surname?
at Pinball Golf Club.
Yep, at Pinball Golf Club, and Miles Robinson at the Aussie. Shout out to those guys for getting us on to those two fantastic golf courses.
So the coast was fantastic. It's a great little public course right next to St Michael's, New South Wales, and Randwick. We unfortunately teed off a bit later than we would have wanted, and got held up trying to get a flight back to Melbourne.
It felt like we were held up because we were in carts.
Yeah,
We did the front
Yeah,
nine in
one of
2
those.
hours 10. It felt like 5 hours. It was crazy. Yeah.
There's just a couple par threes that you get back to back and short par fours that you have to wait.
Yeah,
so
right.
it feels a bit slow, but unbelievable scenery.
Oh.
You're on the coast, as the name suggests. You play around the bay. There's a public beach down below that Joel was carving balls into. No, it was fantastic. We played 16 holes. I was playing pretty well. I was one under through 16. I think I was beating Joel at that point.
I think he was. Actually, I think I wouldn't have been any better than even.
So I put myself down for 38, but it could have easily been about 40, 41
Yeah.
points. So I was
there
going
you
pretty
go.
well.
Definitely.
And yeah, the rest of the trip I played pretty solid as well.
You
but,
did.
Joel can talk about day two.
You did. So day 2, so I got invited on this trip. It wasn't even that long ago. It was only
We were discussing it, I
Monday
think,
night.
last time Marcus was here.
it was literally 4 weeks ago where David goes, "Oi, wanna go to Sydney, play the Aussie and play pinball." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, why not?" Right. So we
Great
went up
opportunity
there.
for you to meet some people.
Yeah, so that
when
that
you
was
travel.
the point. I go up and play a couple courses I've never played before, especially the Australian. So I was always wanting to do that because you guys told me how good it is. And I've obviously seen plenty of Aussie Opens there and blah, blah, blah. I've seen it on TV a bunch and I'm like, oh, that's definitely bucket list. And yeah, it was just organised pretty quickly and pretty cruisy. Went up there. The Australian, to say the least, is fucking unbelievable. It is... Like, you guys hyped it up, of course, but it's similar to like when you drive into PK or something like that. You can't actually express how amazing it is.
Well, you don't see it from the car park.
Exactly.
So
you
we
drive
got in.
You drive into a gate, right, and then it's just
It's a
car
bit
park.
like Q.
You can see.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
see the top of the clubhouse or the main sort of clubhouse, and the clubhouse is amazing. And then you see the car park, and that's it. You just see a hedge and some trees. That's it. And then you sort of either go through the main entrance or you go down sort of alongside the car park. And then it's just all of a sudden when you get out to the front of that clubhouse, it just opens up and you see everything, and it's just it's
Yeah.
Disneyland. The place is unbelievable. So
If
yeah,
you ever
that-
get the chance,
if you get
You
offered,
drop
do
everything.
It, just do it.
Just do it,
because
yeah.
it's one of those bucket list.
pay the
things
green fee
that's-
and do it. It's
yeah.
unbelievable.
It's a bit like for some people, people think it's a bit steep for that green fee, but it's mate, for that sort of place. It's
Absolutely
it's
worth it.
absolutely worth it.
Well, there you go.
100%. Yeah.
There you go. And that is a large chunk of why you wanted to come back in today, Marcus, because when Joel rang me earlier in the week and said, oh, by the way, Raptor's coming in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, sweet. He goes, he's got some ideas. And I'm like, okay. So
no.
did you want to intro it, Marcus? You may as well.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it'd be a good little tradition for you guys with new guests that come on the podcast to do a little bit of a top 10
Okay.
of their favourite courses.
Okay.
So Joel and I have had a bit of time on the plane coming back from Sydney to sort of rank ours.
Yeah.
Drags, you put
I
put
haven't
it all
ranked
together.
mine.
But that's
no.
okay. That's
you don't
fine.
you don't have to.
But I
You
do
don't
have
to.
10.
And now that Joel's played a couple of extra courses as well.
Yeah.
Which Joel's and mine are quite similar. I've played a couple in Adelaide that he hasn't. I haven't played in Queensland that he has.
Otherwise, ours are pretty similar.
Pretty similar.
Yours would be pretty similar. Again, I haven't had the opportunity to travel interstate and play golf.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also haven't played a lot of golf courses, even in Victoria, that I would want to. So I think this is probably the best part about this little segment is that there's going to be a bit of a contrast between what you guys have to say and your rankings and stuff in comparison to mine. Because
You said that on the phone perfectly as well, because when I told you, Raptor wants to come on and do a top 10 thing, you're like, oh, I don't have top 10 like amazing golf courses. I'm like, you don't need to. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're going to relate more to a club golfer.
Correct.
That might not get out to anywhere else but their home deck
Yeah.
or something like that or whatever it might be. So it's going to be actually very, very interesting to see what you've put. I'm actually intrigued as well.
Yeah,
because
I
it'll open
reckon
up
you
our
would be.
mind. It'll open up our mind as well to not just go, oh, Sandboats are the best.
I could
You know what I
probably,
mean? But-
as we go through, just sort of rank them sort of off the top of my dome, but I haven't really given too much thought.
You don't need to. We had ours scattered for fucking days until we actually go, okay, this is why I put this at 6. And,
Yeah, cool.
we had a while at the airport. So
And like
that's
for
probably
me,
why.
I've been quite fortunate. Well, I was lucky enough to play Division 1 youth pennant growing up. And I probably
Brag.
shouldn't have been part of that side, but I was. And that got me into some courses. But also the traineeship as well. You do play some of those good courses.
You do play some school ones, yeah.
And then being able to have the opportunity to travel with members and friends and play elsewhere.
I just realised
it built
our-
up quite quickly over
Of
a
course.
short.
I just realized
period
our
of
top
time.
3 is the exact same.
Yeah, which we will discuss this.
Let's not drop bombs like that.
We thought
early
that'd be the
doors.
hardest to
Sorry.
rank. It was probably the easiest to rank.
Oh, top 3 was my easiest for sure.
4 to 10 is hard.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. Well, then let's start from the bottom. Let's start.
Okay.
Let's start from 10.
I like where your head's at.
And I reckon we do 2 each. So I'll give a couple, and I'll try and. I haven't ranked them, but I'll sort of just say where, like, all right, you're doing 10 and 9. I'll do what I would probably consider.
Okay,
10
yeah,
and
yeah,
9.
just do that. Just do that.
Couple
We'll quickly
honourable
ramble them
mentions
off. So we'll go.
that have missed
We'll
our
go.
top 10.
Do you want to just ramble it off real quick and then we discuss it, or what do you want to do?
Either or. I'm honestly not that bothered, but
got
I
time.
reckon
We got
that
time.
if we do say golf courses, if I say a golf course that you guys both have, either doesn't matter where they are in the list or
Say,
vice
got
versa,
it.
just say, put your hand up and say, yeah, I had that as well
had
at
this.
number whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I like
All
where your
right?
head's at.
And then we'll just slowly tick away and hopefully get to number 1 towards the very end. Joel, kick us off.
I might kick us off. At number 10, I had Royal Pines up in Queensland. And at number 9, I had the Metropolitan down here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think those are amazing, especially the Metro. Might have won a Pro-Am there once. But no,
How'd you
I
back
love
it up
that.
in SA?
Hey?
How'd you back it up in SA?
Let's
talk about that.
RTD. But no, Royal Pines and Metro.
Okay.
Very good.
I have Royal in my honourable mentions. Number 10, Metropolitan in my honourable mentions.
Yep.
Royal East is number 10, PK South number 9.
Royal Melbourne East Course and PK South,
Yep.
number 9.
See, Royal East is in my honourable mentions. So
There you go.
there you go. Yep.
So my honourable mentions, I had Woodlands
Oh,
and Gardener's Run.
oh,
Public track. I really
It's
enjoyed.
fun, though.
So fun.
It's
I went
fun.
with a couple of mates from work, and it was just a really fun public track. Just a
In the summer?
very. It was coming out of summer, so it was,
Okay,
it was
perfect.
kind of good
Yeah,
weather,
yeah.
and it was in good nick, so I couldn't really complain. For my 10 and 9, let's say I'm going to go Cape Shank, number 10. I'm going to go Rosanna, number 9.
oh, I backed that. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. So I really enjoy Rosanna. Always have.
Yeah.
Obviously had to chuck it in.
You've had
'Cause,
some good rounds there too.
it's very, very nice to me. Rosanna
Yeah,
is very nice.
it has
to me.
behaved. It has behaved.
And Cape Shank, I played it a long time ago and had good memories from it, but that's why it's a little bit lower on the list.
that's a
than what it
fun.
could
That's
be.
a fun golf course. As
So
well.
it's the Vic PGA. So
It has.
Cape Shank's pretty
It
good.
has. It has. My turn.
8 and 7.
8 and 7. So 8 is Lake Carrinyup over in WA. That's only second WA course, but the only one that's made it onto the list. It's phenomenal if you ever get the chance to go over there. It's amazing. Number 7 is the old course at the National.
Okay.
That place is a bucket list course as well.
And yeah, it's what I keep hearing.
It's so special. It's so special.
This is just going to be a segment where I just turn around and go, yeah, we should play there, Joel. Yeah. And we'll go play there as well. And that one too.
And that one too. But yeah, they're pretty special. So National Old is pretty tough, but mate, you could shoot 140 there and not care.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
So I played the other 3 of the Nash, but not the old. So unfortunately, can't go on my list.
Yeah.
But number 8, I've got Barwon Heads. And number 7, Royal Adelaide.
Oh,
I've never played Royal Adelaide. Barwon was in my honourable mentions.
there you go.
So.
So for me, I'll probably 8 and 7. I'll probably go Eagle Ridge number 8, and I'll go the Dunes number 7.
Love it. Well, number 8 has this, what was it? The Eagle Ridge?
Eagle Ridge.
Special place in your heart.
Special place.
For a very specific
I
reason.
played it of all the Peninsula courses. I've probably played it the most because my family love the golf course so
gonna say,
much.
yeah.
We spend a bit of our time while we're on holidays really close by, so we get some good rates and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good little fun golf course
Yeah.
again.
Eagle Ridge is so hard from the tips.
It's so difficult.
Fuck. But,
So difficult. Go for it, Joel.
was it 6 and 5?
6 and 5.
Number 6 for me is PK South, so the South Course at Peninsula, and number 5 is Kingston Heath. So PK South, honestly, if I was a member at PK, I'd probably play the South more often.
Right.
But if you're going to go to the PK for the first couple of times, you go to the North, sort of thing. That's sort of the way it is. And Kingston Heath just speaks for itself. Kingston Heath is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's hosted many, many, many tour events, and it's just
It's
one of those,
another one on my list because I caddied for you when you had a amateur event out there years ago.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And since then, I've been like, we need to get back there.
We need to somehow get out there. So it's not overly easy to get on there, but know a member. It's simple as that. So go out there and but other than that, it's pretty impressive.
Do you want to mention your number 4 because it's going to lead into mine?
My number 4.
Yep.
You jump on the gun a bit, Marcus.
Yeah,
Why don't do your 6 and 5?
No, do your 4.
Do my 4. My 4 is Victoria, Victoria Golf Club. So
for me,
that was in my top 3.
Right.
But like Victoria, ever since they redid those greens and I can't even say tidy it up. The golf course was impressive as it was, but it's just the Victoria is unbelievable. It's the same thing. It's hosted tour events, and it's got a little bit of special place in my heart because I've played well there, and it's just a very enjoyable golf course.
So why I say that is I've got Vic at 6, but I haven't played it since they've redone the greens. And I reckon that would shoot it up the order a bit.
Oh
Right.
man, the new I always liked Vic before they redid the sort of the redid the greens. They're now pure distinction, so there's nothing that could possibly go wrong with them. They're perfect all the time, and they've done a tiny bit cutting into the bunkers and stuff like that, kind of what Metro did. But Vic's unbelievable. So sorry.
Yeah, so Vic at 6. I got Kyonga in Adelaide at 5, which I would love to play again. There's just a couple of blind tee shots that you just have to know.
Yep.
And then Kingston Heath at 4. So I reckon that order could change quite a bit if I play Vic now and maybe Kyonga again.
Yeah.
But yeah, very similar to yours.
I've never played Kyonga. I've heard so much about it. So
Very good.
yeah.
So 6, I've got Heidelberg. It's a bit of bias in that because I play it every week. I love the joint, so there's a lot of bias. I'm not going to
first
deny
love sort of thing.
Correct. I'm not going to deny there's a bit of bias in that.
Yeah.
At 6.
Yeah, at 6.
Oh come on.
Ahead of Woodlands.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Look, I played Woodlands once. It wasn't that great of a day. I'd happily go back.
That's fair enough.
I'd
You got to get it on the right day.
See, Woodlands. Here's the thing. Woodlands is a
Any
good golf course.
Yeah.
But the problem is the area that it's in. There's 8 better than it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Woodlands is still fantastic, but
See, I've also got this as like my favorite golf courses. / best golf
not
courses.
necessarily.
It's not necessarily.
not necessarily top 10.
And like I said, I hadn't gone through and ranked them. So,
exactly.
That's fair.
my 5, if we had to say one, would probably be Moona Legends.
Okay.
And then my 4 would be Henley at Heritage.
Oh, you like Henley?
I love Henley.
Oh, good.
It's a beautiful
Henley's a
golf
good
course.
track.
It's a good track.
It's fantastic. I'm actually playing there tomorrow. So
Yeah.
St. John's Court.
You are right though.
Oh, really?
You gotta
Oh
play
my
the
God.
courses on a good day.
I didn't
First
even-
2 times I played Royal, it was hammer and sideways. It's
Well,
like, how can you
we
enjoy
also
it?
played
Yeah.
Woodlands on like a charity day. There was a
played
scramble. We were drinking, and it was just like if I had gone out there and played a Stableford round like for a comp, it would have been a different experience. But
Yeah.
I think, and we also weren't in the hunt for the charity day at all. So I think by 13 we'd given up. We're just slapping pills around.
Did you not lift?
Was it a
They
bit?
brought you there as the pro.
Did
for the
not
charity
lift
day.
at all.
I honestly, and here's the thing, I could not tell you how any of the holes play. I don't have any memory at all from that golf course.
The
I
only,
just know it
reason,
was
the
good.
only reason I do is because I've played there before, but man, I don't recall much of that day.
No.
If I'm honest.
And that's why it's an honourable mention because I know it was a good golf course. I know I had a good time, but I wouldn't be able to rank it appropriately.
I
Fair
back
enough.
that. I
Fair
back
enough.
that. I 100% back that. What was your 4?
Henley.
Henley. Right. I don't even have that in my honourable mentions. Fuck shit, member.
So Joel and I are the same for our top 3 in the
Our-
same order.
Our 3 is
So you can
same
take-
in
you
the
can
same
take it
order.
away.
Go
So
for
do you
it.
want to go?
Do you want me to go first?
Sorry, go
You're
for it.
bleeding.
I am. Sorry. Yeah, continue.
Are you going to be all right?
You go first.
Yeah, you guys ramble on for a sec.
No worries.
I'll be right.
Do you need to jump out?
Yeah, continue. And just
Hang
go.
on. We'll just pause it and I'll cut this out. Just
cut
go.
this. Oh,
Just go.
fuck's sake.
So, yeah, my top 3, we'll get stuck into it right now. I would probably have to go St. John at Heritage, 3. 2 would be Moona Open, and 1 would be St. Andrews Beach.
Wow.
Played St. Andrews Beach very recently. I haven't played Moona for a while, and that's probably swung it.
Oh, wow.
Just a bit of
Okay.
recency bias in that.
I was convinced. I said to you and Luke, I'm like, Moona Opens, he's number 1. And then I'm like, I wonder what
And
he's
honestly,
like.
it'd be so hard for me to split them. But just because I played St. Andrews Beach like a month and a half ago is probably why I'd pick that at the moment. If we went out there tomorrow and played Moona Open, I'd be like, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So for that, I'll happily cop that. But again, like I said, I hadn't ranked them or didn't really want to.
For
So
me, St. John, yeah, I put pre-broke.
yeah.
Pre hiccup. We'll go with Huntingdale before their works currently is in my honourable mentions as well. But
Yeah, and again, we've played Huntingdale before they shut the place down, and that was a ripper.
It's a pretty special place. Yeah.
And that completely slipped my mind when coming up with this list.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, it would have been firmly in there because that place was gold.
It's pretty good. It was pretty good, and it's I hope they really do
Do it justice.
do it. Yeah, I hope the new works they do it really well. So I'm looking forward to it, and I want to get back there so soon. So
Absolutely.
All right.
So give us your top 3, gentlemen, because you guys have the same one.
Yeah, all right. Well, do you want to go back and forth, or do you just want to go for it?
We
Well,
can
it was your
discuss
idea,
it.
so you say top 3, and then we'll discuss
Okay.
it from there.
I've got the Aussie at 3, PK North at 2, and Royal West at number 1.
Yeah.
And if you ask pretty much anyone who's played golf in this country in the last 15 years, they're probably number 1, 2, and 3 on almost anyone's radar.
Yeah, how do you not?
How do you not?
You
It's
know
up
what I mean? So, like, I had Victoria firmly at my number 3 in my top 3, along with like Kingston Heath and PK South and a couple of Moonar courses. A couple of the national courses and stuff like that, and a lot of the sandbelts, sort of Yarra Yarra, Metro, and stuff like that. But I played the Aussie, and when we left, like, we were sitting in the clubhouse afterwards, and I was still like a little bit buzzy,
Yeah, a bit jittery.
like because of what the place means as well, how long it's been around for, and what it's hosted and stuff like that, and just the flat out experience of it. It was just something else, and it only just overtook Victoria for me. Just once again, might be a recency thing, but it's hard to beat. And
Very hard to beat.
We do talk about quite a bit in the shop what's the best courses in Victoria to play.
Yeah.
Like, it's a toss-up of what you like.
Correct.
They've all got unique styles. Like, for me, Royal takes me back in time.
Of course.
It's not manicured to perfection like PK is. It's
Yeah.
a little bit rough around the edges, but it's very old school.
And the thing with Royal is it's the prestige that it's got internationally.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can turn around and say, right, the Australians hosted Australian Opens, Huntingdale's hosted Australian Masters, all these local Australian national events.
yeah,
But people forget that we're just a little island off the other side of the world.
yeah.
Royal Melbourne West, or the composite.
Yeah.
Was it
Composite.
It was composite, right?
course. Composites in my honourable mentions.
Hosted the fucking President's Cup.
Yeah, it's like
This is an international event.
I love seeing some of the best golfers ever to play the game. For example, you have your Tigers and Gary Players and all those boys, even recent champions as well, say how good, like, not only Sandbelts is, but how much they love Royal.
And I tell you that if they were to make a top 10 courses, if
I
Tiger
would not
made-
be surprised if Tiger put Royal Melbourne West
his-
into his top 10.
Yeah, top 10.
Wouldn't be
I'd
surprised.
even go as far as to say maybe top 5 because
But yeah.
what's he going to say?
If you ever get the chance to play Royal, or
Augusta,
you have played
Augusta,
Royal,
Augusta, Augusta.
The 6 times that he's won it,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
But if you do get the chance to play Royal, or you have played it, think about the green architecture and how you approach every shot into the green, because it's off the tee. It's not overly special, is it? And a lot of people get caught up on like the tee
weird
tree.
thing
It's
is-
not pretty. It's Australian native.
The weird
down
thing
there.
is, visually, if you don't know how to how to appreciate a golf course, visually you might be like, okay, this is
Yeah,
good.
that's what I'm trying
But
to
what's so special about this?
Yeah.
But then like you said, you understand what it's hosted. And like the second I drive into that place, I forget everything else about the world. No, there's nothing wrong with the world. You're out there and you're just like, fuck. And I've been lucky enough to have good rounds there, but it's just, like I said, that's like a first love sort of thing.
And it's the same sort of arguments that people are saying about St Andrews, like the old course at St Andrews in Scotland. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's like if it didn't have the prestige of being the birthplace of the Open, all this great history and grandeur that it's had over the last 200 years, people would just turn around and go, well, so it's just a short links golf course. That's really
exactly.
It's
architecturally,
a dog park in the afternoon. It's
Correct.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I
But-
completely get it. Yeah.
it's the old course.
Yeah.
And to us, those 3 words, the old course, means something.
Yeah, exactly.
And to a lot of people, it does. It's the same with Royal Melbourne. Royal Melbourne West, 3 words that mean a lot to golf in this country.
correct.
And I can understand completely.
It's sort of like when you abbreviate something. Like if you were to say, "Oh, I went and played Royal," like
You-
people aren't
people
going to
know
go,
it's-
"Oh, Royal Pines." No,
yeah, Royal Bundura.
or something like as good as some like Royal
in the
Adelaide or
fairway.
something like that, or Royal Sydney. Like people are going to be like they're not going to think of that. You think of Royal Melbourne, and same with what you said. If someone said, "Oh, I played the old course," they're like,
It's like when
National
someone
old
says,
course?
it's like when someone says, "Oh, I'm going to the G tonight to watch the footy."
Yeah.
They know
correct.
straight away.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
Like the prestigiousness of it.
Yeah, correct.
Nah, correct. I like it.
So, like, bit of context as well from the way I see some things, and you probably agree a little bit. PK North is, or even PK as a whole, it's a modern sandbelt.
Oh,
isn't it?
100%.
It's complete
It's a modern
redesign.
Royal.
It's
a modern
modern.
Royal Melbourne.
It's manicured to perfection.
Do you know how you go?
Joel's fake putting green out front of the pro shop.
Oh my God.
It's not
I'm
fake.
pretty sure I mentioned that when you were on last time.
I think
about the fake putting green out the front of the pro shop.
No.
Quickly, the first time I was there, the first time I drove in, my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't speak for 20 minutes. It was like fucking how good's this place? Anyway, we drove past the clubhouse, and out the front was these like 2 square putting greens, just squared off putting greens, and it was obviously very light green grass, kind of looked like that. And then the outskirts was like a thicker, rough sort of thing, just the skirting, just sort of visual skirting. It was like same color contrast as our sort of logo. And as we drove past, it was a beautiful day, not mind you, but I said, as we drove past, I said, and this is word for word, no word a lie. I was genuine. I said to Raptor, why put fake turf outside? Like, why is it? Wouldn't it get damaged by weather or something like that? Like, why would they put fake turf? Just put it the same as the putting green. He goes, what? Dude, it's real grass. I'm like,
that is the putting green.
I'm like, can't be. Like, I'm looking at it. It was like too perfect.
Too
it was
good.
annoyingly perfect.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm looking at it going, there's no way that's real. That can't be real. Like every blade of fucking grass was cut to perfection to the same. Like it was perfect.
Yeah.
Right. So we drove past, and I had to. He goes, "Go touch it, dickhead." I'm like, I still don't believe you. I thought he was pulling me leg, and I went up there and picked a bit of grass, and it blew me away. I couldn't believe there was not a single imperfection.
Perfection Kingswood.
It was. You've done something there.
done it.
Perfection Kingswood. Perfectionula. Nah, no, you've done something there.
So like Royal takes you back in time in the history.
Yeah.
PK is a modern sandbelt. I sort of feel like the Aussie's a bit American country club vibe.
A little bit.
Like again, it's manicured. There's
Little
Pro Vs on the range.
Yeah.
Everything's done on house accounts. Like
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
You get treated a
It's-
different way.
It's sort of you walk in and everything's a bit automatic.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You sort of walk in and you walk
like
into
the
the pro
jams at the
shop.
front greeting you.
Everything's
Like,
routine.
Sort of. Yeah. It's sort of you do the same thing each sort of time. You can't like
The GM's out the front.
Yep.
Greeting you.
he greets you when you turn up.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
What? Just guests or everyone?
Just every time a car goes into the turning circle, he comes out and greets you. Yeah, it's pretty special. It's pretty cool.
How much are they paying that bloke?
I don't know, but no, it was an unbelievable experience at the Aussie. Like we walk down there and you get there's a big tube just leading up against one of the brick walls just next to the chipping area, and there's a big tube just full of Pro Vs, practice Pro Vs. So you're going out there and using them. So yeah, it was pretty special.
Very special. Very special. I actually kind of enjoyed that, boys. That was
That was
pretty
really good. I liked
That
it.
was pretty good. And I'd like to, if we're still doing this in 12 months' time, I'd like to get back to you and do this with you. And even you, Marcus, get you back in 12 months' time and sort of suss this out. Because we've been
Yeah.
saying for a while we need to get out and get onto some of these golf courses so that I can experience a little bit of it as well.
You're going to be experiencing a couple new ones very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
I don't know if everyone else knows. Does everyone else know that you're been invited?
he knows he's invited.
Yeah.
He's coming.
But have we expressed to everyone else that you're playing PK?
It's Marcus and I literally just had a 2.5 second conversation about it off air, and it'll happen. It's just a matter of time and place.
Oh, you got to get the right time.
Yeah.
He's going to make sure.
He'll
of that.
make sure.
He'll
I'm
make
sure.
of that.
I'm sure Marcus will look after us in every
yeah.
way, shape, or form.
Mate,
and
you have no idea how quick that's going to get to your number one.
it's going to skyrocket.
If it
It's gonna
doesn't, I
skyrocket.
will not speak to you ever again.
It's fucking unbelievable.
I'll just ask you though, which course would we play?
Oh, we're playing the North.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. you go, like I said, you go there. When you go there for your first experience, you play the North, and then like a couple times after that, you go and enjoy it with the South.
Yeah.
The South is a bit, I can't say more gettable, but it can't quite as punish you as much, maybe.
Yeah,
I guess.
I feel like the North's tighter, but you get rewarded. Like
do.
you get rewarded with short shots into some par fives and par
Yeah,
fours
yeah.
that you can like. Mika Lucy's shot some unbelievable
Oh,
scores.
he
Ben
shot
Murphy shot the course record around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 14.
He shot
15.
Ben Murphy shot 15 under on the
15.
white off the I'm not even going to say it off the whites. He shot 15 under par or 14 under par.
Yeah.
You drive it well, you get rewarded. The greens are so good that you can read every putt,
Yeah,
putt
yeah.
decently. Like
Yeah.
you've got such a good chance
Yeah.
no matter where you are on the green.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So we'll just have a day.
Stop hyping it up. You're getting me too excited.
Oh,
You're getting
boy,
me
you're
way
going to
too
be excited. I can't wait for that day.
Now, did we want to discuss the longest day at all, or do we want to leave
May as
that
well.
for another episode?
May as well.
Okay,
Keep bringing
so
the hype up, I guess.
We do. It's worth noting that, yes, we are still yet to, at this stage, hopefully by the time this episode drops, there'll be a link that you guys can go to and donate for us. But at this stage, we haven't quite organised it. We will, though. Marcus was saying off air that it's looking, obviously it's going to look like it's going to happen at Rosanna on Monday, the 16th of December. And you were saying that we might have to get out there bright and early in carts.
Crack of dawn.
Crack of dawn in
in
carts.
the first
'cause
shot without seeing the golf ball where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
100%.
cool. I'm down.
100%. Yeah. First light.
Sleeping on the putting green.
I'm sleeping in the second bunker.
All right. Now, I suppose this is, so are you going to just play the one round with us, Marcus, or are you going to?
I'm committing to all 4 if you really want me to.
Okay, sweet.
I'm
Well,
available
that's-
for the
that-
day.
Does that cement a group?
It does. Good. If it's the 3 of us and SGM who has also committed to the 4 days or 4 rounds, sorry, we're golden.
Good.
That's the 4-ball look.
Beautiful.
You need to pass the mental and physical check for the 4 rounds. Yeah. We need contracts. Joel cannot throw a golf club for 4 rounds of golf.
Okay, hang on. I've been.
No, you haven't.
I have.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You 3 clubs in New South Wales.
When? Throw.
No, at Pimble. You've released one. It was on the par 3. A club. No, where the geese were on the back of the par 5 when you flopped your flop shot. You did catch the club, but it went out of your hands.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Oh, yeah. Anyway.
Drake's like you, dickhead.
All right. So I reckon this could be a good opportunity, and I reckon the one, either yourself, Marcus, or maybe even Luke, could set us some challenges for the day.
Oh, he will.
And I'm sure that there will be. And if you've got any ideas, ladies and gents, on anything you guys might want to see from us throughout the day, let us know. If you've got some challenges for us, be them scores or other challenges, like we said, Joel not throwing a club. I think I might try and challenge myself to that as well, because
I'm going to pull myself out of a ditch here. I'm not a club thrower. I'm just have the tendency to hit a poor shot and give it fucking one of them. But that's when I say one of them, for those that are listening, I give it a little just toss at the bag and that's it. And then I move on.
A throw. There's a punishment to this. It's like $100 donation for every
Right.
time you throw a club.
so
bet. Done.
to sum it up,
Yep.
keep an eye out, ladies and gents, because if there isn't something up already, there will be.
Yeah.
We are narrowing down. It's the 11th of November as we're recording this. You're about to jet off to Cobram for Nationals.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fast approaching.
It's coming up. We've still got a bit of time, but it's still coming up, and we'd rather get onto it early.
should we?
We'll get onto it
Should
early.
we set a goal of money that the amount of money we want to raise? Let's do it. How much do you honestly reckon we could raise?
I raised over 1,000 myself, so I think like a
Yeah, we
thousand
raised
ahead.
something like that.
I reckon
$1,000 per person.
If we do
I
a
reckon,
grand-
we,
if
I reckon
do a
let's set
grand
the
ahead.
bar at 5. 5
Okay.
grand as a
Done.
group.
Let's do that.
Yeah, cool.
Let's
If
do
we
that.
could raise 5 grand as a group, I'm sure we could do it.
Let's do that.
That'd be excellent. It's obviously a great initiative.
cause,
The Cancer Council obviously is an area that touches so many people. Cancer is such a vast thing at the moment. It always has been, but something that's touched myself personally, Marcus, your partner as well, and stuff. It's just a horrible thing, and it's a great initiative to go out
Correct.
and to take this challenge on for. So.
Yeah, correct. We'll go out and have a day.
We'll go out and have a day. We'll obviously be doing a lot of recording. There'll be a video of sorts and plenty of videos going up on the stories and
Yes.
ace cams and all that
ace
kind of
cams
stuff.
and
And we've been investing. There's some new equipment coming out as well that we've.
undoubtedly me doing stupid shit. But
Yeah,
I
so
can't wait to see this.
How many gaps?
lots of
There'll
gaps.
be a lot of gaps that day.
Ace cam and gap cam. Could you imagine?
Gap cam. That's awesome. Stinger cam.
Oh, heaps.
Damn skipper cam.
Damn skipper cam.
Anyway.
Jesus Christ. Say that 5 times fast.
Let's move swiftly on. I reckon we might be getting into the questions from the second cut territory.
I like it. This
So-
always takes up a bit of time.
It does. So mine's kind of on the topic of today's episode, which was the ranking of the
I
golf
think his
courses.
is the same, and mine's very similar as well.
Right. So I'll say mine first, and then if you literally have the same one, then I'll try and think. You guys can.
We'll think of something else.
Right. So out of the 10 courses that you ranked in your top 10, you can only play one of them for the rest of your life. Which one are you picking?
Course period or facility?
Course.
Course.
Because it's a course list and not a facility
yeah.
list. Because you
True.
can't just go
True.
PK. I'll go to PK and play two golf courses.
Out of my top 10, I would have to go the Aussie. I would
The
have to go
Aussie?
the Australian.
So that was
Yeah.
number 3 on your
That was
list.
number 3 on my list.
Yeah.
But there was just something about it as a whole.
Yeah.
I think it was the most. It's a weird thing is out of my top 10, I think it's one of the most complete facilities.
Mm-hmm.
even though I rank PK higher and Royal higher in terms of golf course. But as a whole, Aussie really struck a nerve, I think.
Yeah.
It really did something for me in terms of how well it was presented.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, I'd probably go the Aussie.
Very
Probably
good.
go the Aussie.
Marcus?
I'm gonna have to stick with PK North.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit biased to it, but there's just so much shot versatility, and we discussed this about pinball on our trip.
Yeah.
You can hit so many tee shots and approach shots into pinball, and I think PK offers that, and that's what the MBs are for.
It is a little bit like that. Pinball was unbelievable. We haven't even really expressed how good that place was.
No.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's sort of up and down a hill. It's in a valley. It's very protected. It's in its own sort of region and area, and of course, condition was unbelievable. And we had it's very good photography course. You can really catch some good moments, some good holes. It's quite tight, tough driving course.
Yeah.
Not overly long, which is you get rewarded with that, but. So if you get off the tee well, you generally have something good into a green. So that's sort of what it demands, but very impressive place.
Very good. Mine, I'd probably have to go Moona Open. Again, you talk about facilities and stuff. It's hosted so many,
What doesn't it have?
correct.
Yeah.
So, I know it didn't get the number one spot in my rankings,
Neither
but it would
Neither
probably.
did yours. None of our choices were number one.
Yeah. So,
That's weird, actually.
there you go.
Yeah, wow.
Joel, have you got a question?
I do. Would you rather? We're back with another.
Here we go.
Would you rather play your favorite golf course only once a month or your least favorite once a week? That's all you get the option for the entire year. You either play 12 times or 52 times.
Is this out of our top 10 again?
No.
No, just in general.
Just in general. Your favorite golf course once a month. That's all the only golf you get to play. Or your least favorite every single week.
I'm playing 12 times a year.
Yeah, so am I.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think that's personally, I think it's a dumb question because if I wouldn't be able to tell you the golf course that I like the least or hate the most.
Yeah.
If you want to put it that way.
Lang Lang. I am playing Lang Lang 52 times a year. No chance. Joel knows my experiences around Lang Lang.
I lost the wedge at Lang Lang. Did I tell you that?
Did you throw it?
So on the 12th hole, I've hit it right at the green. I hit it short left into the bunker, knifed it over the green. I went to chip it out. I remember the wedge too. It had a red grip on it. I hit this wedge shot from out under the tree and I chipped it on.
Yeah.
And I barely chipped it on. I half flubbed it with this 52 degree.
Yeah.
And I've turned around and just fucking silver birded it. And it went 40 meters away from me and went crashing into a bush. These strong shrubbery bushes on the edge of the fence line. Right next to the fucking freeway. All right, and it goes straight into that. And I saw where it sort of entered. So I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to go putt out. And I think I made double. Right. Walk back over there and I couldn't find it. and then what the fuck are you laughing at? And then the last time I played it was last year. Oh, yeah, last year. And
Did you go back and look for it?
Well, no, because the bushes were gone. so is the club. So fuck knows where that went. Bang. Anyway, so you're not playing Lang Lang 52 times?
No, and look, my most or least liked golf course is probably a public track in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. So
yeah.
I'll leave that to the eyes of the
Okay,
beholder.
I
So you
would've
could
thought-
probably say where I'm going in that sense.
Yeah.
I'm definitely playing my favorite.
I would have thought it would be a harder question in terms of you only get to play 12 times.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Once a year.
Play 12 rounds a year at that golf course. Can still go practice during the week and just chip and putt, hit balls on the range.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Right, yeah.
I don't play PK 12 times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I'm ahead with that.
yeah,
There
you're
you
up.
go.
You
So,
make money.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Marcus,
well, I thought that was going to be a harder question. Anyway, no.
Marcus, go for it, mate.
You stole mine, so I'm actually going to go. Unfortunately for Drags, you don't have that big of an honourable mention list.
Right.
But Joel, of your honourable mentions, which three would you consider playing more often?
Would I consider playing more often?
Yep. Because they've almost made the cut. The top 10 you would go back to and just play without a second thought.
Yeah, yeah.
But these
Well,
ones is
How many have you got in? How many have you
got?
got in your honourable mentions? 5 or 6?
Nah, I've got about 13.
I got about 10.
All right. Well, then
12,
if you're doing a
12
top
maybe.
20 list, then most of those are getting in there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Still a lot
basically.
to play though.
There's still, yeah. What 3 would I go back and play more?
Actually, sorry, scrap that question. What 3 courses that you haven't played do you think would make your top 10?
That I haven't played.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a good
In the
question.
world.
I like that. In the world.
in the world.
In the world.
Oh, that's so broad.
For me personally, fucking Augusta, Pebble, and
Let's do worldwide and let's do local.
all right, worldwide, Augusta, Pebble, and the old course, just because of what they mean, and because I think they're amazing.
I'd almost substitute.
Actually, I'll take out the old course and I'd either go,
You're putting Pebble ahead of the old course.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to play Augusta.
Oh, fucking, I
I don't know if I would want to play
if
Augusta.
I
someone-
would
if
hit it
someone
through
said-
so many
if
gaps
I-
at
If
Augusta.
someone,
It'd be
said
awesome.
right now, if someone said right now, for the next year, you can play Augusta as many times as you want, but after that 12 months, we cut off a hand. Honestly, I'd probably. The fuck are you doing?
He's doing the longest day.
Every day around Augusta.
I would. Do you realize how many fucking rounds of golf I'd play there? I'd probably say, fuck off. I don't know. Jesus, fuck are you laughing at? No, hang on. Oh no, you put me on the spot now. I don't know how to think about it.
Worldwide.
Fucking pick
So
it on me.
I don't think I could have 3 personally because I want 4. Because
I want a million. I want all of them.
the Ryder Cup for next year is at Bethpage Black.
Oh,
And I love, like, I've obviously never been or played it, but like just from what I've seen, Brooks won there a few years ago. It was right when I was getting into it. I have such a soft spot for that golf course. So if I could pick 4, it'd be the old course, Pebble, Augusta, and then Bethpage Black.
nah. Now I can't decide.
Yeah, it's too
I can't
hard.
decide
because
now.
then you got like
I can't think.
Whistling Straits.
Oh, you got all of them.
The list
How
goes
long?
on
How
and
long
on
you
and on.
got?
Yeah, exactly.
How long you got? Like you got County Down, you got Pine Valley, you've got so many of those courses that when Luke comes on, he's going to express some of them for
Yeah.
you. And there's a lot of courses that are on his list that are top 10 courses on the planet, let alone in their own country,
Pinehurst.
respectively. And yeah, like Chambers Bay or something like that. Oh my god,
Shinnecock.
no, stop it. But fuck you, bro. I can't even think.
All
now.
right, locally then. All right, for
Like-
me, locally, if I had to play 3
Like
golf
Australia,
courses,
Australia.
or even
Australia, New Zealand.
Australia, New
Okay,
Zealand.
yeah.
All right, that's interesting then. If we're going to Australia, New Zealand, I'd probably go Tara Edie.
Yep, that's in mine.
Yeah, that's my. Oh,
That'd be
top
such a
3.
only you can play 3 that you haven't played before. Obviously, this list is a lot broader for me than it is for you two. Tara Edie would be in there. Obviously, you've spoken so well about the Australian. I'd probably want to go and see it for myself.
Go play the Aussie dude.
And then
We know a bloke.
maybe Cathedral, and that's only based on the.
Cathedral's good.
That's based on only the
Cathedral's
fact
really
that
good.
You've kind of assured me that I'm playing PK in the coming months.
Yep.
So obviously it'd be PK in that list, but considering it's coming,
I
soon.
would go. I would go Bunboogle.
Yeah, Bunbury would be good. I'd like to go play Bonneville as well.
That's a good place. That's a good place to go.
I've heard such good things about that place.
I'd go Bunboogle. Probably it would be either Kooyonga or Royal Adelaide. I'll probably have to go Royal Adelaide because of the fucking Royal in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Logic.
Says Royal must be good.
that's a dead giveaway.
Royal Bundoora.
Rosanna has reciprocals with Royal Fremantle. Are you going to go play Royal Fremantle?
Has a Royal in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bunbooglesman, Royal Adelaide'sman, and Tara Etiesman.
All right, cool. Marcus, you got 3?
Well, I'm hopefully going to New Zealand next year, so Taredi is on the radar, but we're going to Queenstown, so Jack's Point is going to be quite high up the list.
Adam McLean, who used to be at Heidelberg, was recently at Jack's Point, and some of the photos he put on his
pretty special,
Facebook,
man.
oh
Yeah.
my days.
Pretty special.
I
That
think
was postcard stuff.
Yeah.
Jack's Point is going to be one of those courses similar to like Cathedral, where it's the experience of playing there rather than the course itself. The course itself might be awesome layout. I don't know. Haven't played it, but
I'd love to
But
go
you're
play
standing on
Cathedral.
tee
feels like-
boxes
and you got mountains everywhere.
Correct.
Yeah, you're standing there with a golf
Snow-capped
club. You're
mountains
standing
and
there with a golf club looking around going, oh, fuck, I got to hit a ball.
You just feel out of place. Yeah, you
it's
shouldn't
like-
have a golf club in your hands.
Whereas like another one down in Tassie, 7 Mile is being constructed at the moment.
That have
And
you
I
heard
haven't played
about? Have you
Barnbougle
heard or
down
seen
there.
about that? Fuck, man, I've seen some like blueprint stuff of this golf course. Oh, apparently, I heard from someone. This is not coming from me.
Okay.
This is just an outside source that it's going to make Barnbougle look stupid.
Okay.
Apparently.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
That's bold.
That's a huge statement.
I think there's another one opening up, whether it's 8, 9, or 10 mile. I don't know the name of it, but it's pretty close by too, and it's meant to be to the same caliber. As 7 Mile.
There you go.
He's seen some pretty special
So yeah,
things.
Jack's Point, Taridi, like Jack said, 7 Mile, Barnbougle. That's sort of
Yeah.
They're on
the
the radar.
possible trips and radar that
There you go.
you're gonna go to.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
That's
well,
totally.
again,
I'd love to see everyone else's sort of input.
yeah, let
Like,
us know what you think and if you've got any golf courses that would be
I
on
th- I
your
think-
radar.
I think when you put this up, we put this up,
comment the
I
top
think-
3
I
you've
think-
played and the top 3 you want to play.
Correct.
Yeah, I think everyone put their top 3 in, and we'll
He's
have a look.
got it down pat. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? It's your podcast, Marcus. Do you want to do the outro?
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
You fuck
It's
with
been
me.
wonderful.
It's been wonderful.
I'll be back next week. No, I won't be. But
You probably will be, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, just invite yourself.
Joel's
back, you know.
gonna miss the podcast date next week and be in
fucking
Cobram.
bloke.
Dragons is gonna be wrapped up.
That's it.
Oh no.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. That's a good place to leave it.
Fun
Ladies and
rivalry.
gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in this week, for listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. It does us absolute wonders. Follow us on our TikTok and our Instagram. Be sure to check out Marcus. Book yourself in for a lesson.
Yes.
And we will
Yes.
see you all next week. Hit them very, very well. Cheers.